Hey, what's up? We just finished our first practice session out here at Formula Drift Orlando, and it was a scorcher of one. It was really hot in there. The cool suit did a fantastic job of keeping me cool. But we actually had a mechanical issue. Our alternator failed, and it caused the car to cut out, and we actually kind of got tapped by another competitor. So the guys did a great job at putting our spare alternator back in, and we got the car situated. Feeling really comfortable with the track so far. A lot better than last year. Being part of Jerry Yang Racing has been amazing because I've been able to gather data as a spotter for Kazuya and then translate that into my driving as well. And then on the mechanical side, Jerry has done a phenomenal job of keeping this car tip top, and we are very excited to go into qualifying.
See what we got for Chen. Flips it in. Not as high as we'd like. Good angle though. You see he's hitting that center line on the bank. Tightens really close to the inner clip 1. Way off the inner clip 2, unfortunately for Nathaniel. Now into that second and final outside zone. Perfect there. Just rode that line. Out front, initiating into the bank. Advani a lot higher, but needs a follow Nate Chen as Advani comes down. He said he was having trouble with his belt slipping, and the rain, of course, does not help at all. Advani keeps, just as I say that, he comes down in the flat portion of the track, gets off course, but I'll tell you what, Chen out front, looking really good. Advani getting squirrely, just trying to get that nut coming all the way across the line, but Nate Chen brings it on home. Great job by Chen.
Focused on Nate Chen, who did a great job throughout the run, fulfilling the lead driver responsibilities, put the car in mostly the right.
Advani, a little flick entry coming into the bank, and Advani goes high, taps that bumper, throws off that wing. Nate Chen straightens out in the chase position. Advani staying high. Chen maybe getting thrown off by that wing. And Advani, and that will be a big correction there. It's a hard one to follow there. As Advani straightens out, coming off the bank, goes off course, so.
Sun was up.
That was today.
That was today.
Yes,
wow.
it was.
Okay.
Nate Chen will get the win. Advani making that mistake coming off the bank. And again.
So when I was getting those shots, I'm not supposed to stay there. The FD guy goes, just fucking do it. I don't care. So I was like, yes.
No windows.
So we're gonna nut bolt check the car tonight. We just want our top 32 battle. We'll get it done. Get the nut and bolt check done tonight, so that way we don't have to wake up early and do it. Not
One more time.
Yeah, I don't know.
You gonna take a what? Nut bolt check? Yeah, bolt check. One more time. Top 32.
season. That big JZX, look at that, throwing more angle at it, but Chen's right there. Brings it across, GT to GT. We'll give chase. Thompson, Olsen battle, but right now, Chen and Whiteman. Chen and
Definitely was not in proximity. That was not really much. The pocket, Jared.
pocket.
He was in the pocket.
The pocket,
yeah.
the bubble, don't burst the bubble. It's a one more time. Nate Chen and Nate Chen. Yeah. So of that Link ECU top 4, the official engine mode of innovations, CoreWorks Motegi S chassis. Ben Hobson will lead. Look at that, just slingshots out of there. Man, pulls that thing back and launches. Problem with the bank, but Chen dives in. Oh, he was on the wrong side of that inside clip too. That hit his passenger side door as Hobson. So how cool, calm, and collected Hobson is, I feel like Chen is just frantically like, gotta, he's like shuffling papers, gotta go. Rawlings yesterday in the rain. And Nate Chen, I mean, he does have it in him. He has the car. We saw him go against Whiteman, and he pulled away from him. So here goes that action. Doesn't matter about the bumper. Looks like hit it on kind of the left side. The bumper looks like he's smiling, and that very well could be a sign that he's smiling his way into the Final Four. Here as Haley and Bogovich will go against each other. And the results of Chen and Hobson, 1, 2, and 3. Hobson gets the win. He is moving on to the Final Four. So.
All right, so unfortunately our day is over. We got knocked out of the top 8 with Ben Hobson, but I got my first contingency check, so super glad. Thank you so much, Throttle. Go check them out on their social media platform. They're awesome. We got this check, and we got, honestly, our best finish ever in FD, and I'm so happy about that. Like, you have no idea. This is such a night and day difference. I think everyone can see it on the track of what kind of driver I was last year versus this year. I have a great team behind me with Jerry Yang Racing, and the GT Radial tent has been phenomenal all weekend. And huge shout out to Buddy Club, IMB Partners, Fuel Labs, Stage Wheels, Fortunato, Molnar Technologies, AEM Intakes, as well as Clutch Masters for keeping this car in tip-top shape, and also our Megalife battery.
again. We want to see one driver maybe step up their game in one of the positions, or maybe somebody makes a mistake and gives the other driver the win.
Yeah. I think it's great. We talked to Ryan Turk the other day, and this gentleman loves him. Like, I mean, he's seen a lot of them.
We'll give him all the one more times he wants. All the one more times.
Great. We just set him up right now.
We're gonna be here all night.
You say we. You have your respective verdicts.
Yes.
You know, Ryan, Brian, and Chris. But sometimes you do converse. You know, you kind of say, "Oh, what did you see? What did you see?"
Yeah.
And kind
Did
of
you
justify.
see this error, and how heavily did you weigh it? Do you think it was a very serious error, or was it more, you know, mundane or not as important?
Sometimes you agree to disagree.
And sometimes we look at each other like, you're crazy.
All right, Rich Whiteman versus Nate Chen, and glad to see Nathaniel Chen up there on the line, that NCR 86, and Rich Whiteman, the JZX, and leaving that start line. Rich, he's one to watch, I'm telling you, this season. That big JZX, look at that, throwing more angle at it, but Chen's right there. All up in that smoke, and Chen, look at lunges. Looks like whatever was broken is definitely fixed. Woo, look at that, almost wheel to wheel. And brings it across, GT to GT. Talking about their tires. Almost touching compounds there.
What I'd like to point out right now is how little these Pro Spec drivers are touching the inside clip markers. In the chase position, they are lunging, they're staying close, but they're not touching any of those inside clips. It's phenomenal to watch. Phenomenal.
Hey, off camera here, Lorette, what was going on with Nate Chen's car?
So the team was installing the power steering pump. They weren't finished bleeding it, so that's why they called the 5.
All right, right on. Well, I definitely appreciate that. Just getting a little update there, and appreciate that from Lorette. Nate Chen will lead. Rich Whiteman will give chase. Remember, we will revisit the Hobson-Olsen battle, but right now, Chen, Whiteman. Chen initiates, power steering, he's got multi-power. And Whiteman struggling to keep up with Chen. Past that inside clip 1, over the jump. Man, I mean, Chen blast past that second inside clip. And Chen, I'll tell you, he's been around the pro pits because he's been spotting for Kazuya Taguchi. He's been part of that team at round 1 and round 2. Obviously, I haven't seen him spotting. I think he's got to focus on his own program here this round. But don't quote me on that. But I think that's a good access, you know, just getting kind of insight.
Yeah, so watching this replay, as you see Chen initiate, Whiteman's not really in the mix. He's, what, 4 or 5 car lengths back, maybe even 6 car lengths back there at initiation. He's slowly gaining some ground here. Nate Chen's doing a great job, has a little bobble on an angle right there, hits that inside clip and drops the tire on the outside of outside zone number 2. But Rich Whiteman just, I think he's even fallen further behind going through the infield and outside zone 2. So definitely was not in proximity. That was not really much of a tandem battle, unfortunately.
Did it seem that Rich just, I mean, there was no foul play there. There wasn't any delay like we saw with Misko earlier. Misko and Haley being checked up.
Yeah.
Just didn't have the car
He
for the
just
chase?
did not get himself close, I guess, on the run-up to initiation and wasn't able to reel him in, unfortunately.
All right, well, a new livery there for Chen, a new look and a new attitude working out for him. You can see Buddy Club, Holly Performance. You can see the big Magnuson supercharger sticking out of the hood. Let's take a look at the first run from the drone.
Looking at initiation, Nate Chen is already closer, and then you see him getting a little bit closer as he goes through outside zone 1. Really reels in Whiteman through down through the infield here, and this is where he surges forward. Doesn't hit the inside clip, has on a nice line, nice and tight, gets really close here in outside zone 2. He's matching the angle, he's doing a good job on line, doing pretty well in the chase position there. Maybe a couple of bobbles, but overall, I think he was almost 100% on the right line because you could see the, so what do you call it, the pocket, Jared.
Pocket.
He was in the pocket.
The pocket,
yeah.
the bubble, don't burst the bubble. It's a one more time. Nate Chen and Nate Chen. Yeah. So Brian Eggert, if you could throw on your headset there. I just want to, I heard you conversing with Chris and our staff up here. And so you said, what, your stance, you went one more time. Why is that?
There we go.
Whiteman's lead was just slightly stronger than Chen's, so I gave him the win for the lead, and then Chen just wasn't really present in the chase, so I just wanted to see it one more time.
All right.
And we got Bogovic and Haitley on one side of that Link ECU top 4, the official engine management of Formula Drift. All right, Nate Chen, who we just saw take out Whiteman against, you know, he went out, but his car caught fire. He's been having issues. He called his comp timeout. But Ben Hobson, he is on it. He is absolutely showing up in that Automotive Innovations CoreWorks Motegi S chassis. Ben Hobson will lead. Look at that, just slingshots out of there. Man, pulls that thing back and launches. Hobson, I mean, I just feel like he's flexing muscles right now. Hobson comes down, no problem with the bank, but Chen dives in. Oh, he was on the wrong side of that inside clip too. That hit his passenger side door as Hobson. So how cool, calm, and collected Hobson is, I feel like Chen is just frantically, he's like shuffling papers, gotta go, gotta go.
Yep.
Man.
It looked like he got left behind at the run-up to initiation, and you can see Hobson with a nice initiation, nice and high on outside zone 1 yet again, and Chen was a little bit lower at the beginning there, comes up and matches his line near the end, and as they come through the infield, you can see Chen hits inside clip number 2, or sorry, number 1, but number 2 definitely dropped 2 tires there, and that's going to be held against him pretty seriously, as a 2-tire drop is not ideal.
Just saw it with Jaeger.
Either driver, yeah, so that's definitely not an ideal positioning for Nate Chen.
You want to be on the other side of that inside clip.
Yes.
That was kind of an outside clip that hit his passenger side door. So Chen really needs to step it up here. But the way Hobson's been driving, you know, we saw Hobson go through Blake Olson as well as Kelsey Rawlings yesterday in the rain. And Nate Chen, I mean, he does have it in him. He has the car. We saw him go against Whiteman, and he pulled away from him. So here goes that Magnuson Supercharged 86, but Hobson not too affected. Now, if Hobson keeps it clean here, doesn't matter about the bumper. Looks like hit it on kind of the left side. The bumper looks like he's smiling, and that very well could be a sign that he's smiling his way into the Final 4. He knows he's dragging bumper. Looks like a spotter says, hey, bro. There we go. All right, we'll get to... It's not coming off, so just hold tight there, Hobson. We'll rip that thing off, and we will get the verdict. You see Chen's bumper hanging off. Let's look at it again here with our Air Force replay.
Yeah, at initiation, you see Chen lower on outside zone 1 early on, but Hobson's matching his line. Chen does get a little bit higher near the end of outside zone 1. Good job on inside clip 1. Right here, Hobson's bumper comes off, just taps that inside clip, but is on line, looks pretty solid through there. Chen was off of inside clip 2 a little bit. And then through here, you see that they're both running similar line through outside zone number 2. Hobson was just a little further behind than we'd like to see through that area. So let's watch it again here from a different view. Both initiating nicely. Hobson doing a pretty good job matching line, maybe a foot or 2 lower there on outside zone 1, but overall pretty solid in terms of where his car is placed. As that bumper pops off there on the jump, you can see him tap that inside clip, but tire stays on the track, looking good through there. So it's just a slight proximity issue in you know, through some of that run.
After we get this result, Lontaine, I'd love for you to elaborate on the Haitley Bogovic outcome. It was unanimous.
Yeah.
Haitley Madison. I'm getting ahead of myself here. As Haitley and Bogovic will go against each other. And the results of Chen and Hobson, 1, 2, and 3. Hobson gets the win. He is moving on to the Final 4.
The Intelligent Money British GT Championship is back. After an extended off-season, we are all delighted to be ready to go racing once again here at the magnificent Old Park International Circuit in the northwest of England. Championship is go! The lights go out, the run towards Old Hall Corner begins, and it's the Optimum Motorsport McLaren on the left-hand side of the road that holds on to pole position, slotting into second place. From the outside of row 1 goes Jordan Witt, so it's grid order for the top 2 or 3. Some side-by-side action behind. Let's hope they all get through safely. Yes, they do. They make their way down the hill then, into Cascade. Still, it is Angus Fender and James Baldwin 3rd and 4th. Look at how careful they're being, slightly cold tyres, and no one wants to bin the car halfway around the first lap of the season, and they're all very much minding their P's and Q's for the time being. Down the Lakeside Straight we go. GT4, it looks as though that is still much the same as it was.
Close without getting affected, as we see the Mustang super strong on the brakes and really starting to hustle that little McLaren. It's a great advertisement of why we have balance and performance. It's a long way round there, but the camber of Cascades does allow you to carry speed. The next corner is a left-hander. This has given the TF Aston a run.
BMW of David Whitmore, the all-am entry in GT4, remember. Oh, that is Ewan Hankey on his outlap, I think, going off at Drews. That's not a very Ewan Hankey-like moment, is it? No. He saves the car, very lucky to avoid the barriers there. There was a GT3, I think that was the Bentley, wasn't it, involved? Could he have been offline trying to get out of the way?
Yeah, could have even been contact of it. That looked more like his teammates' driving skills. Mia Flew at the Scandinavian flick over.
Never nervous, never. Like a rock. I'm built for this sort of stuff. I'm built for pressure, and there's nothing that can knock me off my game.
So, side by side, over Deard Leap in the sunshine at Alton Park. Round number 2 of the Intelligent Money British GT Championship gets underway. Who makes a good start? It's going to be Kuyala from the outside of row number 2, who tries to go to the outside, then goes to the inside, and look at Marcus Clutton on the inside in the green. Lamborghini goes 3rd, surely not, gets stuck behind the number 72 of Phil Keane, and Kuyala comes back in, then back wheels down the avenue. That's so close to disaster. Phil Keane leads the way, Sandy Mitchell second, Kuyala side by side with Clutton, who goes round the outside through Cascades. Fantastic start from the local man.
What a boy. What no. We saw that car going slow round Island Bend, so Mikey O'Brien's had a problem there. Looks like he's rejoined without too much more issue, but that was so aggressive on the two Mercedes. He literally went to him, I'm putting my car in. If you're going to turn in, it's your fault now.
The difference in this race is that whereas in race 1 the top 6 cars at this stage were all Silver Cup entrants, here there's a mix. You've got the Pro-Am car, so the pro driver of Phil Keane leading, and then Sandy Mitchell as a silver driver. I know we're only a lap and a half into the race, but he's doing a good job so far. He's
The safety car to have slowed everyone down to a lower speed, but maybe they would have been tight on that pit stop window. So not front end damage, but the car's gone off around that little kink down the avenue. So let's get the replay lined up and let's try and decipher what's happened. So car on his inside.
And that's the Bentley.
And that is the Bentley. So the Bentley's gone down the inside, there's been contact. So the Bentley then, wow, that McLaren's done well. So then I think the McLaren's been hit by a wheel. Looked like it was a wheel bouncing along. So the conspiracy is the Bentley and the Aston have come together. The Bentley's then taken the old Foster's circuit and ended up at Knickerbrook 8 corners later. The Aston's laid to rest there. And I think the McLaren has got some legacy damage from the Aston Martin wheel hitting it.
Luke Sechikowski now and David Whitmore, who are the AM winners, 15th place overall for them. So that is all we've got time for here from Alton Park. That's all of the racing. It's been a busy day, lots of action crammed into a relatively short space of time, which it goes really for the rest of the 2020 season. Thank you everyone for joining us here with the live coverage of the Intelligent Money British GT Championship. It's great to have you all back. That's it then from Alton Park. We'll be back with you again in 2 weeks from Donington for the next rounds of the Intelligent Money British GT Championship.